you for being
Woo!
here. This is the KLW Comedy Zoom online comedy hour-ish. I'm Kelly Lee. It's my pleasure and privilege to be here with a bunch of very, very talented people. We have two comedians from Chicago. We have two comedians from LA. And we have one person checking us out. So thank you, that one person. We appreciate you. We're going to be performing for you right now. You are getting a show, my friend. You are getting a show. That's right. You're getting a big ass show. So let me just welcome everybody and just say thank God for Mitt Romney. Thank God for Mitt Romney. This guy, the man who thinks corporations are people, is actually out there marching with the Black Lives Matter crowd. He is in Washington with a mask on, looking like an old white man, and he's marching with those young Black Lives Matter people. Like, I'm here to represent, and I believe that Black Lives Matter. And wow, I mean, the fact that he said that, got me hard. Ooh, just ooh. Hard Mitt Romney, a hard Mitt Romney. I was like, ah. I was like, God, finally. But since Mitt Romney has done that, then I feel like I have to do something personally to reciprocate for the gesture that Mitt Romney has put out. So next Sunday, I am going to go to a Mormon ceremony, and I'm going to attempt to sit through the entire thing without killing myself. I believe that would be the best way I can reciprocate for Mitt Romney's move marching with the Black Lives Matter movement. If I don't just stand up and shout, Allah Akbar, and blow myself to pieces during a Mormon ceremony, then that would be, reciprocation enough. So thank you, Mitt Romney. Thank you very much. You still ain't done enough, motherfucker. You need to do more, all right? Do more, because he's the only Republican speaking. Every other, this is, this is an impression of Republicans in the White House being asked about the movement. Senator McConnell, will you answer a question for us? Senator Langford, do you have a time? Senator, no, I didn't see it. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I haven't seen TV. I haven't seen radio. I haven't seen papers. I haven't seen it. I haven't heard what was said. I hear nothing. I see nothing. I know nothing. Thank you. That's my Thank you. Let's get this party started, y'all. I am going to bring in our first comedian. She is one of the funniest people I know. She is in Chicago, y'all. She is a grand queen, a dame. She is a queen of the LGBTQSLPJITHOVN community, and she is. Wow. I want to bring you, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Ms. Kate Cullen.
Yay! Hey, everybody. Yeah, thanks for having me on your show tonight, Kelly. Just so you know, I am the Dowager Empress of the Imperial Court. So that's like Dowager is, that's like fancy old English for totally last year's news, okay? So like, actually, my successor is actually the person who's in the audience right now, aka Spark Kelly. She is in here, so she's the one right now. Anyhow, COVID has been crazy. I've been working from home, since this COVID-19 thing, and I do certain little things to try to make the COVID, to make working from home be more like my office. So I make sure not to change my cat's litter box and put that between the commute to my work so that it smells like the Red Line. And then when I actually get to my job, it doubles as the third floor ladies' room, which also smells about like the Red Line. And I'm teaching my cat how to ask me for change. And play harmonica. It's not working. She does know how to beg for food really well, and she does bite if you don't feed her right away. You know, my other two cats, whenever they were trying to, like, when I have Sammy Love, and I would, you know, it would be feeding time. He would just kind of pat my head like this. I'd be hungover, so I'd roll over, and he'd be like, jump on the other side. That was how Sammy Love told me he would hungry it. And then Delilah, my last cat, she would just sit there and stare at me while I was sleeping. And then the minute I stirred, she would like turn over and show me her asshole, because that's what I want to see is cat butt in the first thing in the morning. And then she would, you know, hop off the bed, still showing me her ass, walking into the kitchen, then go sit in front of her little empty bowl and just look at me like, bitch, handle this. Okay, handle this. You know, now Cora, my cat that I have now, yes, her name is Cora, short for coronavirus. Yes, I got it right before the pandemic. Cora just tries to eat me. She's just like, screw the kibble. You look like you haven't missed a meal. You look like nice and juicy. I'm just going to try to eat you. And I swear to God, she does not stop biting till I feed her. And yes, I've got proof. There are battle marks all over my arms. No, I don't do heroin. No, I don't get hippies from strangers. I just get them from my cat. So yeah, I got Cora right before the lockdown, and you know, the other two cats I got were just other people needed a cat, and I wanted one, so I took them. So they were like arranged cat marriages. With Cora, she's the first one that I went and got from the shelter, and so like, you know, I go to felines and canines, okay, and they want to know my credit score, employment history, background check, favorite foods, you know, like 3 references and my resume. I mean, they wanted all of this. I mean, they wanted more background from me than my last 3 employers combined. You know, just so I could take a cat that probably would have just been whoring it up on the street if I didn't take her in anyway. But hey, you know, no worries, because I want to make sure cats aren't getting abused. And so I'm looking at all these cats. You guys, the shelter, it's like cat Tinder. Everything is like Tinder. It's like all these little cats, they're just kind of looking you over like, $750. Oh, honey, I had somebody with an 825 credit score try to adopt me yesterday. You know, get their little paw swiping left. You know, and I was like, oh my gosh, which one do I want? And the tour guide says, no, your cat chooses you. Oh. Your cat chooses you. I'm like, really? Okay. So I'm here as a middle-aged woman adopting a cat because no humans would choose me. Okay. Now you're telling me that I am in danger of not being chosen by an animal. It's like, okay, one of these cats has got to choose me because I don't, what do I do next? You know, adopt like a worm? I don't know, you know, it's like, how does that work? And then, and I wonder how all these cat ladies get like tons of cats. I mean, people hear that I'm over 50 and I've got a cat. They just assume I've got like 5 at least. And I told them, no, I only have one. And it's not that, you know, I don't love lots of cats, but it's like if I get another cat, they might like each other better than they like me. You know, once again, if I'm paying your rent and feeding you, you need to put out the love and affection for me. Okay. Maybe it's Stockholm syndrome to you, but it's my only choice, my only chance at unconditional love, and I need it. So yes, only one cat. And yes, she better not get away from me. And yes, her name is coronavirus, and she's really adorable. I just call her Cora. And, you know, since I'm a cat lady, you know, people wish me happy Mother's Day. You know, oh, you know, I'm like, I don't have any kids. Like, oh, but you have a cat. I'm like, I didn't have to, you know, that out of my vagina. That cat didn't come from this cat. I'm not her mother, like biologically. And if I was her mother, it's like, okay, when I work, if I'm gone for like, you know, an 8-hour day, you know, plus commute, plus I might go to a mic or a meeting or something at the end, you know, I'm pretty sure DCFS would take a human child away if I did those things. And I know that they would have taken my last 2 cats away from me because I had them before I quit drinking. And, you know, well, actually, it was better to Delilah toward the end. But, like, yeah, they would have taken Sammy away from me. That poor cat probably had such PTSD. It's not even funny. So yeah, so I've been getting these corporate surveys, you know, from my job, like, how do you like working here? Okay, the corporate survey is the professional equivalent of, do I look fat in this dress? And be honest. Do you ever want to see them again? You love the dress. They look amazing in the dress. They need to take less of the money that they spend on the dress and spend more money on me so I can buy dresses that probably make me look fat too. But that's okay because I eat my feelings. That's right, people. I eat feelings. Chocolate covered feelings are my favorite food ever. Yes, chocolate covered feelings, you know, creamy milk chocolate, you know, and maybe a little caramel in there too. And the thing with chocolate, I mean, feelings and your food, you know, you got to pair them up. You know, if you're going to emotionally eat, you got to pair them up, you know. I mean, you know, for anxiety and deep-seated depression, chocolate is the thing, you know. I mean, and, you know, for boredom, it's all about ice cream. Ice cream, you know, salty things and cheesy things, they kind of help with a little bit with that too. You know, I'm bored, I'm going to go eat something salty and cheesy. Or if you're bored and depressed, chocolate covered salted caramel. That's the way to go.
God damn.
Yes. I've been having a lot of feelings since COVID. I mean, some people have, like, you know, the freshman 15 you get when you're in college. I've got the COVID quarter 10 going on. I can barely fit my fat girl clothes anymore. Like, you know, I've had a couple of people be like, you know what, you need to drop some weight. I'm like, let me see, how much do you weigh? Okay. Because I like food. In fact, I like food so much that, you know, the old story about the porn guy, and he comes up with his little pizza, like, no, hey baby, we got some pizza, you know, and he's really not delivering pizza. No, I want the pizza. It's like, okay, pizza has carbs. I don't want to get with, okay, when I finish with either one of you, I'm going to hate myself and feel shameful. If I'm going to feel ashamed and have self-hatred, I want to do it for something that I know will satisfy me. And I can say that about most pizza. I mean, Papa John's not so much, but I don't order Papa John's. So, you know, so that's kind of how I feel about that. I mean, because since I've gotten older, I have no sex drive, you guys, just none. And, you know, it's like, but I think people in old folks' homes should get to drink. I mean, I haven't drank in a while. In fact, back to talking about the feelings, you know, you talk about different things pairing with different feelings. I find anger pairs really well with Jameson shots. I did when I drank. So, because nothing says, screw you, you will regret not hiring me, marrying me, promoting me, liking me, etc. Quite like me puking on someone's shoes and getting tossed to the floor. Nothing says that. Okay, it's just like, that's kind of how that is. So feelings and all of that, and yeah. So I used to drink. I mean, you know, and I'm going to be 54 a week from today. Yay. Disco birthday, 54. I'd celebrate with cocaine, but I can't afford it, and I'm sober. But hey, no matter where you go, because of social distancing, it's like Studio 54, and we all need a line to get in. Yeah, I think masks are cool because that's that much less makeup I've got to worry about doing well.
Right on.
And I don't have to worry about shaving Hitler and, like
Wow.
Brezhnev I still have to worry about, but Hitler, I'm gonna go. Yes, the mask I used to use was just barroom lighting. Now you gotta actually wear one. So I'm having my birthday. As a birthday girl, I really hate it when when people who are younger, and most of us are older, are more mature here, but it gets on my nerves when people who are like 30 complain about getting old. Like, oh my God, I'm getting older now. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, please, you're 30. Okay, you are 30, and therefore you can get excited about being carded for cigarettes or carded at the bar. I'm 53, almost 54. I get excited when my doctor asks, when was the first day of your last period? It's just so exciting. Like, oh, how cute. You think the egg machine still works. Oh, honey, if there are any eggs down there, they are so dried up, we could all just snort them up like cocaine. In fact, I used to do a lot of cocaine that you might get high off my eggs. Want to come over and see? Don't make me work for it. Yeah. So that's kind of how I feel about that. Like I said, I like food, but I'm bulimic. I have an eating disorder. I'm bulimic. But I also have ADD, so, I binge eat, well, duh, but then I get distracted and I forget to puke. I'm going to leave you all with that. I'm Kate Cullen. Thank you so much for letting me come today. Bye. Mwah.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up, give it up, give it up. Make some noise, make some noise. Thank you, Kate. All right, guys. This is fun. This has been fun. We're done. No, I'm kidding. We're not done. All right, our next comedian. This man has been doing his thing all over California. He's been doing spotlight shows. He's been doing shows all over the nation, online. This man is wanted. He is needed. Well, he's wanted by the police and baby mamas, but is wanted nonetheless. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for my man, Mr. Willis Turner.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? I'm sorry. I was almost late because of this internet traffic.
Wow.
I know. This is wild, man. Everybody's doing the Zoom and doing the trapped in and working from home. You know what's so funny? People are working from home and are still late for work. Like, how does that happen, right? Like, how the fuck is still being late for work? Like, oh, man, what's wrong, man? Oh, man, you would believe what happened. What? You tripped down the stairs? What the fuck? Why are you late? Like, you can't be late for work. You work at home. Like, you just gotta wake up, right? Like, I'm actually, since everybody's doing all this working from home, and as you can see my background here, I'm actually working on a new app that will put on virtual clothes for you. So you don't even have to get dressed for work anymore. Like, literally, but it's in the, but it's in the beginning stages, and it's not working out that well. Like, some people like, hey, you need to put clothes on. Nobody wants to see your titties. Like, I'm sorry about that, Grandpa. Yeah, I thought you were Grandma. I couldn't tell. Oh, man. So, yeah, COVID, we got a lot of things happening. We got COVID, we got the riots, right? Or the protesting, everyone's protesting. And it's right, protesting. I like when people go, well, why are they looting? And why are they doing this? And why is it not peaceful? Like, only Black people got to be peaceful about their protest, else it's a fucking threat, right? Like, when white people protest, like, I remember seeing the white people, they protested about a mask and brought a gun. I was like, hey, why do you need the fucking gun? It's a mask. Just Like, we black people were just protesting about not being killed by the police while during an arrest, right? And they can't wave their arms too high else they'll get shot. I love you protesting about, you know, police brutality as they push you out the way. You know, I don't know, man. And people are like, you know, why black people, you know, we need white people to protest too. We need white people, we need black people, we need Asians, we need all races to protest, right? We need everyone to protest. Because if it's just black people protesting, it's like people on death row fighting against the death penalty. Like, come on, really? Like, nobody's like, of course you don't want the death penalty, Tyrone. You on death row. Anyways, and then we have the president, and they're like, yeah, I love that he says, no, I wasn't running to the bunker. I was going to check it out. Yeah. To make sure it works, right? They wanted an inspection of the bunker. Yeah, 2 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, okay, I get it. Make sure you bring your wife and kids to make sure they fit too, right? I mean, come on, really? Did you think anything less of the president? Like, he wouldn't run from a fight? Like, he didn't join the military, right? Like, what was going to happen? You know, but hey, Trump is our president now, and you know, I almost say he's almost a genius to an extent, because you love him, hate him, right? There's no in between, right? And there's some genius in that. I don't know why, but there's some. But you know, and this is another thing, right? This is another thing. They asked the President Trump how he feels. What would he grade himself on his response to the COVID problem? And he gave himself an A, right? Yeah. But I'm pretty sure there's 100,000 and counting that would give him an F, right? Like, they're like, nah, bro, you didn't really respond to it right. Like, I'm dead. I mean, they would vote and give him an F, but you got to get really close to the ground to hear him go F, right? Hey, I can't hear you. You got to speak louder. This dirt is muffled. Anyways, so let's see here. Everybody, it's hard too because I have a daughter. And I got my daughter. I'm helping her with her, since she's going to school at home. I have to help her with her schoolwork, right? And wow, this shit is hard, right? Like, I give it up for anybody who's a teacher. I'm like, whoa, this shit. Like, I'm up here. I'm like, I mean, like, she failed the test because I couldn't Google it fast enough. Like that shit is hard. Like, I was like, oh, baby, like. So now my daughter, every time I'm like, hey, how'd it go helping you on your homework? She's like, we got an F. Like, no, you got an F, right? So apparently my daughter is getting held back. Well, they sent a letter home saying that she's going to be advanced. I got to repeat the 7th grade. So, I mean, it's gonna look weird, man. So, anyways, I got a daughter, and I don't know, man. Everyone says when you have kids, you never have a favorite child, right? And I only got one kid, and I'm still trying to find my favorite child. I'm like, this motherfucker. Like, I love my daughter. I do. I love my daughter to death. Like, I really love my daughter. But I wish there was a way I could just choke her, not till she's dead, but just enough for her to know that she can't talk to me that way, right? Like, and I try to be involved in my daughter's life no matter what, right? Like, she's on Instagram, and And I try to make sure I'm on her Instagram, and wow, like she doesn't want me to follow her because I'm like, hey, I got to protect you because I'm her dad, right? And I'm, like she's always telling me, well, mom doesn't, like she tells me what her mom thinks because me and her mom are raising her separately because we're not together. But, oh well, that's another problem. But, so she tells me, well, mom, when I tell her about little boys, and then her mom tells her about little boys, she wants to listen to her mom. And I go, well, between me and your mom, which one of us grew up as a little boy? You just think about that. And right. And so we buy my daughter a lot of toys. Like, she has the American Girl dolls. I don't know if you guys are familiar with these dolls, but the American Girl dolls, my daughter has 13, and they're really fucking expensive, like really expensive dolls. And because they're about women in history, in American history. And so almost all the dolls are white. And I was like, hey, I got a little black girl. I would like for her to have a black doll, right? So we got her one. And I said, oh, this is a black doll. She goes, yeah. I go, oh, that's nice. Then I look at her a little closer. She's a slave.
Oh.
Yes, she's a slave. And I tell my ex-wife, I go, hey, this doll is a slave. And she goes, no, she's a runaway. I was like, oh, great. She stole herself. Great. That's what I like to see. Oh, nice with the Confederate flag there. And so, and then I look in the box, and then I go, oh, well, at least they gave her jewelry. And I go, oh, no, those are shackles. Great.
Wow.
So, can't win for fucking losing, right? So, but my daughter is a typical Turner woman, though. She's strong, she's forceful. Like all the Turner women are very like hear me roar type women, right? Like all my aunts. I'm from Texas, right? I'm originally from Texas. So all my aunts like carry guns no matter where they go. Like I have one aunt, she keeps a 38 in her purse, a 45 under her passenger seat in her car. She keeps a 22 on the visor, right? And she has a shotgun in her trunk. I don't know. I mean, maybe she saw the protest before anybody else did. Anyway, so she carries a gun everywhere she goes except church, right? When she goes to church, she takes a knife. I was like, why don't you take a gun in church? She goes, I don't want to keep up all that noise in the Lord's house, right? But in case somebody starts some, you know how these heifers are, I'm going to take them out, right? So my same aunt, old black women, she has a Monte Carlo. And I don't know if you know this about old black women. They love their Monte Carlo, right? Like, so one time she had some guys were sitting on her car on a Monte Carlo. Just so happened they were Latino fellas, right? And so she goes, hey, get off my Monte Carlo, right? And they go, no hablo inglés. And so she goes, y'all hear me? Get off my Monte Carlo. And they were like, no hablo inglés. So she goes, get off my car. And they kept saying, no hablo inglés. So she goes into the house, gets her shotgun, comes back out. She cocks it. Everybody ran, right? She goes, she said, well, they don't speak English, but they fluent in Smith and Wesson, right?
That's funny.
I was like, okay, Annie, I guess that's it. There's one other thing I was gonna say. I don't even know how much time I got to do. How much time I'm about to wrap up here? 1 more minute? Okay, cool. So, what was I gonna say? I was raised by my father, right? And I've gotten to travel a lot of different places and go a lot of places. Okay, I won't tell that. I'll tell this real quick. This year I was gonna go to Edinburgh, Scotland. Again, I've been there once before, and I was gonna go back again to do stand-up into the Edinburgh Fringe. And I don't know if you've ever been to Scotland. If you haven't, you should go. It's a beautiful country, really beautiful. But for those who've never been there, that is the home of the ugly white people. So, I mean, now I see why they drink so much, right? Like, because it's really hard to fuck ugly people, right? I mean, you can do it, but it's really hard, right? Like, you just got to keep drinking, like, nope, they still ugly, right? Like, man, if I could just fucking drink out this ugliness, right? Again, I mean, ugly people, and I know ugly people ugly people are gonna protest, but no one's gonna watch because nobody likes to see a lot of ugly people grouped together. My name is Willis Turner. Thank you, Kelly. If you can, check me out on Instagram at Willis Turner Comedy. Thank you, guys. Damn.
Willis Turner.
Hey.
Yeah.
Kelly, where'd you go?
What's this bullshit that I hear that I gotta wear a mask? What in the tarnation? My daddy's daddy, and my daddy's daddy, they in order for me not to wear no goddamn mask and get my Baskin Robbins gold medal ribbon ice cream. You can't make me wear what you say? What you say? Wait a minute, I will blow your head off. Oh, wait, you whack. Sorry. Hey, brother. All right, that was greatest like John Yoko. I just wanted to get him out real quick. All right. Well, this is fun. All right, our next comedian, she is a brilliant doctor. She saves lives. She makes things happen with her hands and her mind. And it's not all about doctoring either. So let me this Chicago comedian in. Everybody, let's hear it for Dr. Ellen Wesley.
Woo woo!
My name is Dr. Lee, and I am a medical expert. I'd like to call your attention to the new product called Feel Good Roll. This was manufactured by Kelly Lee Williams Enterprises. All right, start. So hi guys, I'm so excited. You're so funny. Oh my God, I have to put, okay, so I am the senior citizen of the group. I'm gonna be 65 in August. Oh, yay. This was so cool to get to do comedy. I thought I could never do comedy again. But first we should talk about white people. I really think we should talk about white people.
White people.
I'm afraid of white people. I want you to know. You know, they don't get me. They don't get me. And I mean, I'm a Jew. I'm like not your regular white person, but I managed, they don't get me. And I've actually managed to get treated like, I mean, it's an incredible thing I've accomplished. I get treated like a black person without actually being black. How about that? But I'm afraid of them. I am definitely afraid of them. So, you know, I thought like colleagues, I'm an ER doctor, you guys. So if you want to crap out, actually, if I was in the same room, I could help you. But quick before you crap out, ask for some advice and I will give it to you. But so you know, it's been the white people. I work with these doctors and I thought they were colleagues, but it turns out they were a group that was a school of piranha fish and I missed the whole thing. But anyway, so comedy is pretty awesome. I thought I would start, because I haven't done almost any comedy for a while, start with a little bit of the news. You know, there is a man named Derek, there is still a man, -1 ball, Derek Sanderlin in San Jose. Derek Sanderlin's a black guy, and he actually teaches in the police academy in San Jose, teaches people how to not be prejudiced. He teaches the recruits. And this poor bastard was in a protest march, and one of the cops took aim at him and aimed for his crotch. Now, fortunately, he's alive. He's never going to be able to walk straight again. But you know what else? He's never going to have to work again either. Thank you, San Jose Police. Then Ivanka, Ivanka Trump, oh my heavens. She was supposed to give a commencement address at Wichita State. And they decided when they got the petition, they said, you know what, we can't be having her do that. So, Wichita State, you don't want people running back in the house when they're at the commencement speech. And lastly, it turns out that Prince Philip's uncle Dickie was allegedly abused young boys. What else are you going to do with a name like Uncle Dickie?
So crazy.
So, all right. So the quarantine, the quarantine, oh my God. There's COVID-19, there's quarantine. I'm a single divorced lady, right? Senior citizen lady. The first thing I figured out is I don't need any more excuses not to do Tinder. That was really freaky. So no Tinder, that's okay. But then I'm like, I gotta keep busy because I'm okay when I'm working, but I had to have projects for myself. So there are some projects that I did well, and there are some projects that I fucked up. So, so I got a lot of time to check. You can see this is really frustrating because I still am seeing like a senior citizen. I really can't see this, but I got a lot of time to work on my hair and makeup. Yeah, so it was very cool. I do keto. I got a lot of time to test keto recipes. I did. And I started a YouTube channel. This is so cool because it turned out to be that was the thing I did best. I had figured out how to get lights and whatever and, edit all this with an index finger. There's so much you can do with your index finger. We can sell, actually, index fingers with Feel Gooderall. But so I have this YouTube channel because people are so frightened, and I couldn't stand to hear the fear and panic and stuff. And so I made like little stuff for YouTube. It turned out good. But the girl stuff that you would think I would be able to do, some of it I fucked it up. I did. I found this jacket, right? Because I'm a Jew and we like bargains, right? But so I found this jacket and I thought, well, it's cheap. I'll just dye it to the color I want. So I very industriously went on Amazon and bought all this stuff, and it comes, and as I'm watching this thing, as I'm doing it, in the back of my mind is, that's why they pay people to do this sort of thing. Oh boy. It was a truly girl thing, and I could not dye the clothes. That died a horrible death. But speaking of death, so like blood and guts. But speaking of death, so COVID-19, right? I work in the ER. I work in the ER because I can't stand to be bored, and I love people, just not. But ADD gets in the way, I love them only as long as they remind me to pay attention, and if there's something bad going on. No, I really love people. I actually do love people, which is why the other white people have a problem with that. Doctors. Anyhow, so what happens though, with COVID-19 is the people come in and they can't breathe, I'm most calm, us ADD people especially are when people are sick and shit. But so then I got it.
Oh.
And, I'm home and I live alone. And here's what went through my head. I don't have any family. What if I die? People are going to be confused. I don't really care, except for that the apartment was, I sort of do, right? But I'm a comic, I'm depressed. I take medicine though. But, and I have therapy, I have a therapist, I have a shrink, I'm so well covered. But, so anyway, but, the apartment's kind of messy. I was worried, what if I die? But, so I put a note on my refrigerator, who gets to choose? Because that's the most embarrassing part. The apartment's clean now, but I've really made too many shoes. It's really bad. Oh, okay. So what else? So I got sick and I was worried about dying, but not really. So, and I didn't want people to be confused. I thought, wouldn't that be horrible? You come in, you find a smelly corpse, and you don't know who to call. That's very bad. And but anyway, so but the good news, the good news is that there is such a thing as quarantine Barbie, guys. There is such a thing as quarantine Barbie, and I was on my way, and quarantine Barbie is kind of pudgy. So I thought, well, the good news is I did survive COVID-19, and it looks like I'm not going to be quarantine Barbie. So that's very cool. Well, that, folks, that is all I have. You're wonderful and you're terrific. Bye. Don't forget to buy Feel Good Girl. It's wonderful.
Awesome.
I heard that somebody around here is scared of white people. Why? Why are you scared of white people? We ain't so bad. We just want to watch Hee Haw and go on Wednesday, make forcible love to our wives for 30 seconds. There's nothing to fear from us white people. Don't fear white people. Don't you dare fear white people. Thank you.
Oh, Lord.
All right, let's keep this show going. This has been an amazing show. I love this show. You guys are awesome. Thank you for doing this. And the next time, I'm going to figure out how to get us our asses up there on what do you call it, the Facebook? Yeah, but actually, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna post it on YouTube, the whole thing, so everybody can get a chance to show what they've done today. And I'm gonna try and do this every weekend because you know what? We need to talk. We need to talk and we need to decompress. We need to get together and decompress because normally we're just sitting on our own, writing jokes and really not talking to anybody else. I know you. I know you are, because that's what we do as comedians. We don't communicate. We seclude, we write, we lament our fucking failures. We're like, why haven't I made it yet? What the fuck is wrong with me? Why? Why is Carrot Top in Las Vegas making millions of dollars and I've been sitting here jacking off to porn?
Are you in my house?
Damn.
I'm gonna need you to get your cameras out of my house.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our final comedian tonight. He is a daddy. He's a brand new daddy. Got this pretty little baby. Got this smoked out wife. But I really don't know why this dude is a comedian. He really has nothing to freaking feel bad about because this man is living life large. So, but he's here and he's a really funny man. So, hey, actually, he is the first. I'm going to tell the story before I go on. He is the first comedian that I met when I moved to North Hollywood, California in April of 2016. I went to the Arsenal where he hosts open mic in Santa Monica, California. He was the host. We was like, hey, you smoke? Yeah! After the show, get a smoke. And then he said, you want to go to another open mic? I'm like, where? The world famous Comedy Store. So, yes. So I'm like, let me think about it. Motherfucker, yeah! So we jump into his car. We go to the world famous Comedy Store. I'm in North Hollywood for like maybe not even 3 to 4, 5 a week, not even a week. And I'm at the world famous Comedy Store, and it just happens to be joke night. It's joke night, challenge night, and we go up there, and there's 3 people on there's 3 people up there right now. The host says, "You guys suck. All you guys suck. All of them suck. Anybody want to go up here and do it? Anybody want to come up here? I raised my hand.
Here you go,
I told my
princess.
jokes, and I won that joke challenge. Yeah. I won that joke challenge, and I wouldn't have been there if it wasn't for this next comedian. So y'all need to give a big round of applause to my man, Cesar Lizardo.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Hold on,
What's
let me record
up?
this. What's up? Yeah, man. That was a while ago, man. You've been in Vegas. I've been seeing you doing your thing out there. That's awesome. You're in the Rat Pack and all that stuff. You're singing and dancing your ass away. That's just great.
Thank you, brother.
I just want to mention, like, the whole time I'm seeing, all the different screens above my head, and it's like black eye, white lady, black eye. It just looks like one of those like Pornhub categories, like interracial couples and shit. Like at one point it's just 3 black guys and a white girl. I'm like, this is like some like MILF, like running a train type shit, but we're all black, so we're gonna be wearing socks the whole time, you know what I mean? Dicks out with the socks on. Yeah, man. I've been out here in LA, just stuck in quarantine or whatever, and it's been cool, whatever. Been making more money off of unemployment than I did at my regular job, so I don't even I'm like, yeah, just keep us in quarantine, fuck that shit, like just I keep cashing those unemployment checks. They're definitely more steady than when I was relying on tips as a bartender. So yeah, please, let's just close it down for like another year so I could build some equity, maybe buy a house off of unemployment. I keep, we got these protests going on, pretty much in every city around the world almost. But, since we're in LA, we're kind of like in the middle of the shit. And I keep getting people from out of town calling me, like my different, like coworkers from out of town, my family or whatever. And they're all asking the same question, like, Cesar, are you okay? Are you all right? Is it safe where you are? Is your car on fire? I'm like, you guys just chill, we're fine. And I tell them all the same thing. Listen, I am in one of the safest parts of Los Angeles right now, Inglewood, California. That shit, nobody's messing with the hood right now, right?
That's exactly right.
Nobody's messing with the hood. People are fucking with rich white people shit. They don't care about us. You know what I mean? And then, on top of that, the great thing about it is that all the cops are currently in the rich white neighborhood. So I'm like double safe. You know what I mean? Like, there's no chance of me, catching a beating on the way to go get diapers for my daughter. Like I feel really free now. We got all the fireworks going on, because it's the hood. They've been going on since like April, ramping up for the 4th of July. They just do it every single night, fireworks. There's pros and cons to being in the hood. Pros, it's cheap. Cons, everybody's fucking loud. I got Walmart Tisha across the way screaming at her kids every day. I got Noisy Pedro upstairs. We got some loud Jamaicans that just, went across the way, and they're always bumping their reggae and shit. And it's cool when it's like Bob Marley and stuff, like, no woman, no cry. We're like, all right, cool, this is a cool little vibe. But then sometimes they're playing like that, like crazy, like dirty wine, like, and it's like, what the fuck, like my daughter's trying to take a nap at like 3 p.m. Like, oh my God, this is so loud. And then I found out that I'm like, why is this dude just like blasting his music like he owns the building? And then, I was talking to my neighbor. I was like, how about these noisy Jamaican guys, right? And they're like, yeah, he owns the building. I'm like, oh, that fucking, that makes sense, But, we got quinceañeras every other weekend. It's crazy, man. It's so loud. But there are pros. There's pros, like I got into a car accident, like a fender bender in Marina Del Rey one time. And it was like just like a tiny, tiny little like scratch. There's almost nothing done, but I didn't have any money. I didn't have insurance. I was young. The guy was like threatening to call the cops. He's like, you have to give me my money right away. Like, you have till Wednesday. And I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Right. I got into a fender bender in Inglewood because apparently I'm a bad driver and this happens all the time. But I hit these two guys, right? And we were actually right in front of the Inglewood courthouse too. So I'm like, fuck, cops everywhere. Again, I don't have insurance. Again, I hit somebody by accident. And these two gangster looking motherfuckers come out the car. I'm like, oh man, I gotta get my ass beat today. And you know, they come out, they look at their car, they look at my car, they look at each other, they look at me, they're like, hey man, we good. You good? And I was like, yeah, I'm good. Are y'all good? He's like, yeah, we good. Peace. And they just bounced the fuck out of there. Because, I mean, like, I know I didn't have insurance, but they probably had, like, warrants or, like, drugs in the car. I don't know. We were just going to get the fuck out of there. So, you know, Inglewood is good for some stuff. It's good for some stuff. You know, my name is Cesar Lizardo, which is a lot for people to wrap their heads around, even in a diverse city like L.A. People don't know what to make of me. I'm what I like to refer to myself as ambiguous. Yeah, you don't know what type of nigga I am. You know, if I'm Drake, you know, Brazilian, Kyrie Irving, whatever. You know, I just go with the flow. A lot of people think I'm Indian. You can't really tell right now, but people think I'm Indian all the time. I got into an Uber one time, and you know, I got in the front seat because I'm a comedian. I like to fuck with people sometimes, and this was not one of those times I should have did that. Because as soon as I got in the car, there's this Indian guy, and he's just like looking at me, smiling. He's just like looking at me, and I can already tell what he's thinking. You know, he thinks I'm Indian. You know, he's just looking at me and like, hey, what's up, dude? He's like, where are you from, buddy? And I was like, yeah, I just gave him what he wanted. I was like, I'm from India. Ding, 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 ding. You're like nothing racist or, you know, over the top, like super low key, right? And he's like, I know it. I look your ways. I can tell you are 100 Indian, my friend. You didn't even say percent. 100 Indian. You know, I'm getting a kick out of the guy. I'm like, you know, I'm just playing, right? He's like, but your parents are from India. Yes? He's like still trying to claim me. I was like, they're from Dominican Republic, actually. Dominican Republic. What part of India is this? I'm like, wait. Dog, it's in the Caribbean. Well, I mean, okay, technically it's in the West Indies. I know it. You 100 West Indian guy. I look my people. I know my people. I was like, all right, whatever you want to do, you know, and just Hollywood into the distance. You know, whatever you want to do, bro. Whatever you want to do. You know, life has changed pretty drastically for me in the last few years. I turned 30. I'm getting so old, Kate. Oh my God, right? Getting so old. I'm 32 now, but you know, I didn't move out of my mom's house until I was like 3 weeks away from turning 30. Because, you know, my whole life growing up, they're like, if you're still at your mom's house after you're 30, you're a fucking loser. And I was like, all right, I got to the finish line. I got to, you know, get out of here. But really what pushed me out was that I got my girlfriend pregnant, and I was like, all right, it's time to peace. You know, it's time to get the fuck out of here. And so, yeah, I moved out, and then 3 weeks later, I turned 30, and then like a month later, I became a father, and that was, you know, pretty cool. You know, my daughter, she's 2 years old now. She's beautiful. I mean, follow me on Instagram, you'll see she's a fucking model. But her name is Mia, and we fought about that a little bit. I wanted to name her Daisy because she's an oopsie-daisy. You know, we didn't plan. So I figured, you know, that was, but you know, she didn't want to do that. She got other names too. You know, I call her my little pita bread, Pita, because she's a pain in the ass. Okay. You know, she's not a sommelier, but she does wine a lot. You know, she's just, you just shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, please. You know, like Willis was talking about, like, I want to choke my daughter, and I completely understand the sentiment. Like, I get, like, I would never hurt my daughter, but I, like, when I heard like that lady had drowned her kids, I felt why. I understood. You know what I mean? Like, it resonated with me. I was like, this lady is living the life that some of us can only dream of. You know, like, you know what I mean? Because, like, yeah, she'd be pressing my buttons all the fucking time, and it's just like, you, like, I don't know if you remember, Dave Chappelle one time said, I never hit a woman, but I shake the shit out of a bitch, right? Well, for me, it's like, you know, you're not supposed to shake your babies. I never shake my baby, but I vibrated the shit out of her one time, like, shut the fuck up! And that was actually kind of scary because it happened at like 3 a.m. when she wouldn't like stop waking up over and over again. And I came in all zombie mode. I was like, baby, please, baby, please, baby, please, shut the fuck up. And then like that's when I woke up and I was like, oh, I almost killed my daughter, you know, because I'm a fucking beast, dude. Like she's tiny. She's tiny. I got big hands. You know, I could have killed her. Scared the shit out of me. But you know, she's my little white baby. You know, because my baby mama is a white lady. She's super white. She's like as white as they come. She's from Montana.
Wow.
Which is one of the top 3 whitest states out there. Right after Idaho. And in Maine, which is mainly white people. So you know, she's up there on the hierarchy of whiteism. So you know, I'm really excited, you know, because my baby, she got the light skin, and you know, she's gonna, you know, have white privilege, which is, you know, hopefully still exists by the time she's old enough to experience it. I don't know. You know, it's kind of like investing in Toys R Us back in 2015. Like, I know this is a good company, but am I too late? If you understand where Toys R Us is now, they're bankrupt. So it's like, I don't know if I invested too late in the game, you know. But if she does, you know, receive any of those privileges, I will be very happy because then I can live vicariously through her. You know, I experience these things that I've never felt. You know, but yeah, man, it was crazy. Being a father is crazy. I remember my girl, you know, like I said, she was a noopsie daisy, and we didn't plan her, but you know, she was a beautiful accident, not a mistake, beautiful accident. And you know, it's not like I wasn't being safe, but it was for a reason. You know, my girl had told me that she was feeling menstrual cramps. Which for guys, there's 2 types of guys. There's guys who will absolutely never have sex with a girl while they're on their period. And then there's people like me, opportunists, who, you know, when you say red, I see green. And I'm like, okay, let's go, right? Like this is a gift from God to, you know, there's like one on the house, like, hey man, this was on me. You know, I know you like to, you know, finish. I know you like to finish, but you know, hey, you got this, right? Like, you know, so I'm in it. You know, she told me she's having menstrual cramps or whatever. Well, you know, turns out what we thought were menstrual cramps were actually, drum roll please, ovulation cramps. That's a completely different type of cramp. One is, you know, get out of jail free card, and the other one is go directly to jail, do not pass go, do not collect $200.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I was at on that one. And it was crazy too, because I knew she was pregnant when it happened. Because I'll never forget, we're watching Cool Runnings, you know, the Jamaica bobsled team movie, and she fucking cried 4 times. I was like, all right, you gotta, all right, we're going to the dollar store tomorrow and getting one of them damn pregnancy tests, because what the fuck is happening? It's like, they overcame so much adversity. They went to the Olympics. It's like, what the fuck is happening? You know? So it was just a little bit much. It was pretty funny. But you know, when she was getting ready to have the baby, you know, she was getting like really, really like apprehensive, like, oh my God, you know, what am I gonna do? Like, my pussy's gonna be destroyed forever. My pussy's gonna be stretched out. My pussy. I was like, whoa, what the fuck is this? Def Jam? Relax. Stop dancing so much, you know? Like, Jesus. Like, why don't you have one of these orgasmic births, you know? Like, orgasmic birth. I'm like, yeah, you haven't heard of these, like, orgasmic births? I mean, I've seen this shit on YouTube. Okay. All right, here's what you do. First thing, you gotta become a hippie, right? And you get in a room with a bunch of other hippie ladies. They're all, you know, like holding each other's arms, going, hey. You know, they got the fucking patchouli and all the little smoke, whatever vapors and shit, and they're clearing the energy. And then, you know, there's a hot tub in the middle of the room, and then you come in, you disrobe, right? You get in this hot tub naked, and then I come in, and I disrobe, right? And then I start playing with your titties a little bit, and as you start to push, you have an orgasm. Doesn't that sound amazing, baby? Like, what the what? It's like, no, what's the matter with you? Like, what's the matter with me? Baby, what's the matter with you? The baby has ribs. It's ribbed for your pleasure? I mean, come on, they're like condoms. Let's just slam dunk. You know? I don't know. I've always
for your pleasure.
yeah, you know. So I mean, we've always had a little bit of I guess, you know, just like a back and forth over what our sexual preferences are or whatever. I don't know. I like feet. I don't know if that's weird. You know, I don't know if it's weird that I like feet. Maybe it's just weird that I wrote a song about it. It goes like this. Ooh, 369. Damn, her feet fine. Put her toes up in my mouth one time. Get toes. Get toes, get toes, get toes, get toes, get toes, get toes. From my ankle to the toes, to the toes, to the smell creep up my nose. Oh, these people know. Oh, feet, 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 feet. Oh, feet, feet, goddamn. All right, I'm Cesar Lizardo. You can find me at Squeeze the Day 21 on Instagram, and you can fight with me in the comments on Facebook at Cesar Coño Lizardo.
Give it up for Cesar!
Nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
Nice.
Dominican Republic. Is that part of Mexico? What part of Mexico is that? That's right. Is that East Mexico? I heard of the Dominican Republic. That's East Mexico, isn't it? Don't
No,
beaners. Kind of
it's West Africa.
special beaners in East Mexico. Though. Them Dominican Republicans. Yeah, them. I like them Republicans. They're Republicans.
I'm Dominican nonpartisan, okay?
Yeah.
Guys, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for being here, guys. We're going to end this. I want to share with you one of my favorite songs, and it's a song about the way I grew up. It's about life in the ghetto, and I want to share it with you right now.
Oh, I think I know this one.
And I believe, yeah, you all know it. I think Willis is probably the only one that hasn't heard it, but it's called Ghetto Boy.
Woohoo!
Well, living in the ghetto ain't all that good. You have to learn to fight when you're growing in the hood. I never learned how, but it ran real good. Goddamn, I'm a ghetto boy. Go to bed, I try to sleep at night, but they're crawling on my head. I got a battery because it kills bugs dead. Goddamn, I'm a ghetto boy. Well, it's all about the hoes and it's all about the honeys. Take a sucker out when he tries to act funny. Life ain't nothing but bitches and money. Goddamn, I'm a ghetto boy. Well, my dad taught me how to cap a sucker's ass. A 187 with a shotgun blast. He caught a stray bullet, now his eyes made of glass. Goddamn, he's a ghetto boy. Well, I roll around trying in the drop top bins. Clocking my bins, gotta bake my ends. When he go home and watch Friends. Goddamn, I'm a ghetto boy. It's all about the hoes and it's all about the honeys. Take a sucker out when he tries to act funny. Nothing but bitches and money. God damn, I'm a ghetto boy. Yes, sir. But he didn't write any songs for black people. He stole his shit. That's right. And if John don't like it, I see him in hell. Well, the white boys are cruising trying to get a nickel bag. Pimps on the corner got a purple do-rag. This hoes that making money because her tits really sag. And he's a pissed off ghetto boy. I got a 9mm and a Uzi in the trunk. I pumped the Parliament because I like the P-Funk. And this 40 dolls got me drunk within a skunk. And I'ma shoot me a white boy. But it's all about the hoes and it's all about I paid nothing but bitches and money. Goddamn, I'm a ghetto boy. Yay, yay.
Yeah.
Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. I hate line dances. Line dances are for white people. Black people should never dance sad dances. Don't dance to Cupid. Don't dance to any of that shit. That's for white people. White people only. Don't do it. Well, my caddy was my daddy till the day he died. He grabbed me by the nuts and he pulled me to his side. Said, make a lot of money, give your hoes with pride. Cause son, you're a ghetto boy. Well, he talked about the game and how to dress like a pimp. Said you gotta be tough, can't be no wimp. Mama shot said he died of gonorrhea. Daddy had bad luck. Well, it's all about the hoes and it's all about the honeys. Take a sucker around when he tries to act funny. I ain't nothing but bitches and money. Goddamn, I'm a ghetto boy. Goddamn, I'm a ghetto boy. Oh, I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blackity black, and I'm black, y'all. Black, and I'm really, really black, and I do not attack it. I'm blackity black, blackity black, blackity black.
Oh, Lord.
All right, thank you guys. Thank you for listening. Thank
you. And can I say happy birthday to Kate? Because my birthday is 2 days after hers. Yes.
Ellen,
All right, Gemini powers. Whoop,
Ellen,
whoop.
what's your birthday?
Mine?
Ellen,
Oh, Ellen, August 9th.
get the hell out of here. I'm August 10th.
Oh my God, it's a Leo and Gemini party.
I did not know that. I didn't even bother to ask. Holy shit, no wonder we get along.
Well, hold on. Let's see. Caesar,
Yeah,
when's your birthday?
11/21. So I'll let you old folks just share your birthdays together.
All right, we got a Sag over here.
Like my old shriveled nuts.
And you're in Inglewood? Where you?
Yeah.
It sounds like you live where I used to live in Inglewood.
Yeah, I live right by the high school,
Which high school?
Inglewood High.
Oh, Inglewood. Oh, okay. Yeah. Off of Manchester.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I used to live off of right over La Cienega in the 405.
Oh yeah, that's right there.
Lancashire,
Right by Randy.
Y'all are hilarious, man.
Lancashire, Oxnard, no ho baby.
Funny stuff.
Lancashire, Oxnard, no ho baby. No ho baby, no ho. All right, I'm good. You guys, thank you. We're gonna do this again. We gotta do this again soon, right? All right.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
And next time I'll definitely
Like, guys, thank you. And this show is.
Hey guys, nice sets, everybody.
Yes, good set, everyone.